Hi, my name is Daniel and I'm one of the technical support members here at Hylio, and today we'll be going over the Groundlink and Agrosol GCS. Starting with the power button, to turn on the Groundlink, press and hold the power button icon here, press and hold for a few seconds and the Groundlink will turn off. Same thing is true to turn it off, press and hold, or you can use the Windows settings to shut down the controller. And then for the joysticks, use the left joystick left and right to yaw or spin the drone 360 degrees and up and down to adjust altitude up and down. Next, for the right joystick, use the joystick left and right to move the drone left and right, or up and down to move the drone back and forth. All right, and then we have the rockers. Starting with the left side, use this rocker up and down to yaw or spin the camera 360 degrees, and the right rocker up and down to change the pitch or move the camera up and down. Then we have the buttons on the side here, starting with A, B, and C. That's to select which drone we want control over if we're swarming. A would be drone 1, B would be drone 2, and C would be to take over control of drone 3. The D button here is not for swarming. This one is used to manually arm the pumps. Then over here on the left side, we have the controller icon. Use this to take over manually during an auto mission. Be sure to select A, B, or C to choose which drone we want to have control over. Then we have the stop icon here. This is to pause or brake the drone in place when flying. Same thing applies here. Make sure to first select which drone we want this setting to apply to before hitting this stop or brake button. And then we have the home icon here. This button is used to return the drone back to its landing point. Same thing applies here. Be sure to select which drone we want that to apply to before hitting that RTL button. And then lastly, we have the land point here. This is to land the drone in place wherever it might be. Same thing applies. Make sure to select the correct drone that we want that to apply to, A, B, or C, before hitting that land button. All right, and then lastly, we have the LED indicators on the top of the controller. Over here on the right side, we see the power icon lit up, showing us that it is turned on. Then we have the LTE button, that's a shade of blue, showing us that we do have an LTE connection. And then the white LEDs symbolizing the connection from the controller to the drone. Over here on the left side, we have the charging indicator. When plugged in, this will light up green, showing you that the Groundlink is indeed taking charge. Starting with the sign up here, once you receive the installer from our onboarding email and license key, you'll open up GCS and there's some information here for you to fill out. Just going over some basic information about you or your company, such as company name, email, and phone number. Some of these boxes are mandatory to fill out in order to sign up, such as the primary email and primary phone number. Once you've filled out the necessary information, go ahead and click next, and then we'll go to the billing address. Once you've gone through the billing address, next is going to ask you for the shipping address. If same as the billing address, go ahead and click same as billing. Then we'll start with the name, login email, password, and license key, which you should have received in the onboarding email. Once you've filled out all of that, put in the license key. Next, you'll hit sign up, and you should be getting a confirmation email sent to whatever email address you put in the beginning. After that, you'll need to check your email for that confirmation. Go ahead and click confirm, and then you'll go ahead and be able to sign in. Once you've clicked on verify email, you should be able to go back to Agrosol GCS and sign in with the information that you just finished filling out. Once you sign in, you'll have to agree to the licensing agreement, and there'll be a service bulletin going over some information on our drones. Once signed in, there are many tabs on the very top of Agrosol GCS. Starting in order from left to right is areas, applications, operations, reports, and maintenance. To create an area, you'll first need to make a customer. For the sake of this video, we'll be doing one in Cloud Simulator. To show you how to make an area and application. All right. And then from the Areas tab, to create an area, you'll see on the right side, on the right-hand side, Add New Area. We're going to go ahead and make one. And here you can either draw out a field or importing it using a shapefile. For this video, we'll be drawing one out. Here, you'll go ahead and map out your field. And once we hit Add New Layer, here we'll see the different types of layers that we can make. Broadcast, perimeter, a combination of both. Perimeter and broadcast. We can do a spline, spot, or multi. For this video, we'll be doing a broadcast. And then from here, you'll see layer 1 is set up as broadcast. You can change the settings here, the buffer size from the spray lines to the edge of the boundary, the swath width, the angle that you would like this to go at, the offset, and area buffer. Each field might need something a little different, so make sure to use the appropriate settings here in the Areas tab. Once you're all done here, you'll click on the play button to add to an application. This one by default is application 1. You can add a product from your product bank, change any settings here, altitude of the drone, speed, whether you want dynamic, static, or fixed. The dosage, you can switch as well. For this video, we'll do 2 gallons an acre. If you have atomizer, you can also change the atomizer settings here. Otherwise, you can leave it to 0. Once all these settings are to my liking, you can go ahead and click Create, and it'll add a new application. Here in the Application tab, we can change the settings that we saw before, altitude, speed, what mode we want to spray in, dynamic, static, or fixed, and the dosage. You can go ahead and click this play button again and assign this mission to a drone. We'll click Assign and Upload. Depending on the size of your application, it may be a little faster, a little slower to upload. All right, once we're all done here, we can go ahead and see in the Operations tab, we can check our settings once more. Ferry, this is the settings that the drone will take to ferry out to the start of the field. You can change the altitude and ferry speed. Application, these settings apply to the drone when it's actually out in the field spraying. You can change the altitude, speed, the mode, dosage, minimum flow rate, descent speed, and the minimum speed. Over here in the RTL tab, we have the RTL settings, or the settings that will apply to the drone once it's coming back to land. Same thing here, we can change the RTL altitude, RTL speed, what RTL settings that we want to happen. By default, it's set on volume, but we can also RTL if there is a loss of connection, an area RTL to send the drone back once it reaches a certain area, or volume once the drone hits a certain volume sprayed. Then over here are our OA settings on the very last tab in auto mode. You can turn obstacle avoidance on or on. The obstacle margin is the margin at which the obstacle avoidance radars detect and react to an obstacle, or the pitch angle. Same things apply in manual. If you plan on spraying manually, we can change the mode, pump power, the speed limits, turn obstacle avoidance on or on, and as mentioned before, we can change that obstacle margin. If you make any changes here, be sure to hit upload before flying. Right? If everything is ready, we can go ahead and arm and take off, and our drone will get to spraying. If for whatever reason you'd like to stop the drone in place, we can use the pause button to hover the drone in place. RTL if we want it to return back to land, or land if we would like the drone to land wherever it may be. It's also important to note the obstacles feature to add any obstacles that may be on your field or around your field. You can click here on the obstacle tab on the left side, and you can either make a circle obstacle to mark anything in a circle form, or polygon to make any sort of custom shapes. Anything that may be on your field, highly recommended that you map out your field and mark any obstacles prior to taking flight. Here we'll mark some as an example. It's important that you always mark your obstacles a little bit bigger than they may appear to make sure the drone is aware of where they are and avoid running into any obstacles. You may also want to mark the outsides of your field as obstacles as well to make sure that your drone doesn't go outside of the boundaries on RTL or on the ferry. If you're adding an obstacle after creating an area or an application, you would need to hit upload obstacle here seen on the bottom. It gives me a nice little notification letting me know that the obstacle did not upload. We'll go ahead and click that, mark the obstacles, and the drone will know to avoid it whenever you are out flying. Another important feature to keep in mind here in maintenance, advanced settings, is obstacle auto route. Typically always want to have this on, that way on RTL or ferry, the drone knows to go around these obstacles. And then finally here on the reports tab, we can see what the drone just sprayed, how much the start time, end time, what type of application, whether it was liquid or solid, and if you added any products to your product bank, it'll show you what chemical was dispensed. And that is shown here. We can have this exported as a PDF if we would like. And it'll show you exactly what the drone did, how much it sprayed, what the area was like, and the type of application. Finally, here in the maintenance tab, we have a lot of information here, the drone status. If anything is wrong, these lights would indicate red and show that there's some sort of adjustment that needs to be made. Under advanced settings, we have spreader. If you're spreading any dry material, you'll need to enable this before going out to fly. Same thing with atomizers. If you're using atomizers, you would need to enable this before flying. Pilot altitude adjust allows you to adjust the altitude in an auto mission. If needed be, you can move the drone up and down in altitude in case you need that to happen. Land denied mode. Whenever the drone is RTLing, it will hover in place and allow you to set it down manually. Pump auto arm will automatically arm the pumps when booting up the drone. Obstacle auto route is what we just went over earlier. That will allow the drone to know where the obstacles are in place and know to fly around them. Terrain denied mode turns off the altimeter and flies off of the internal barometer. This is usually used in cases of high altitude flying where the altimeter is not detecting the ground. RTL denied would do exactly as described. It would deny the drone from returning to land. And disarm log is typically used for troubleshooting to see exactly what might be going on in your drone and give support a little additional information. All right, and there we have it. These are the basics of using the Groundlink with Agrosol GCS.